right, you guys, I wanted to do just a quick little help video to kind of get you started, just in case you are still confused about our first 2 weeks in statistics. Typically we'll do this every week, but because our week 2 still included a lot of our other things that we were doing before we started math, I decided to wait and make a week 2 and 3 video. So we are going to be talking about 3 main vocabulary words. And so I want to encourage you, as we talk about these vocabulary words, for you to look at our class website. Not only does it have vocab, but it has a map to show you where we're going, where we're starting from and where we're going, as well as other additional help. And so with this, we have 3 words that we want to talk about. We want to talk about the word statistics. And with that word statistics, we are then going to talk about data. And we're also going to talk about statistical questions. So the reason why I wrote statistics first is because statistics is the big picture. It's one of the biggest main words that you're going to have to know, okay? So let's talk about statistics first. Okay, so when we're talking about statistics, we're going to go ahead and go to the side, and I'm going to show you. When we're talking about statistics, statistics is the study of data. Okay? And there's 3 parts to statistics. Okay? If you want to collect this data or these statistics, you have to do 3 things. You have to, number 1, ask a question. Okay, and we'll talk about what kind of question that is. Number 2, you have to collect and graph the data. Okay, that's the second thing you do. After you ask a question, you collect the data, then you graph it. And then the third thing you do is you analyze that data. You ask yourself, what does this actually mean? So you put some meaning to these numbers. So that's what statistics is. This whole entire unit is about asking questions, collecting and graphing data, and then analyzing that data, asking yourself, well, what does that data actually mean? Okay, so when you are thinking about statistics, you're wanting to know what the data means. That's really important. Oops, I spelled that wrong. What the data means. So let me fix that. Okay, so what does the data mean? That's what you're going to be asking yourself as we study statistics. Okay, so we're going to ask questions, we're going to collect data, graph it, and then analyze it, asking what does that data mean. Okay, so that's basically what statistics is. Now we had 2 main words that we worked with. We're talking about data. Well, what does data actually mean? Data can be numbers, or it can be facts. Okay, both of those. But the big piece about data is that it's collected through a survey. For 6th grade, there's very many ways we can talk about data, but for 6th grade, data is collected through surveys. So you take a survey. You ask people, several people, more than one person, a specific question, right? Like, what is your favorite ice cream? Or what is your favorite color? Or how many languages do you speak? So you're asking a group of people a specific question, and you expect to get different answers. You're not going to get the same answer from every person. The second part of that is, remember we were talking about statistics is part of asking questions, collecting and graphing data, and then analyzing it. Well, what kind of questions are we asking? We're asking statistical questions. That means you're asking more than one person, so you're asking 2 or more people. Okay, so, and that's called a survey. So you're asking 2 or more people, and you're taking a survey is what it's called. Okay, and a statistical question is going to have more than one answer. More than one answer. So a statistical question, you're asking at least 2 people, if not more. It's called a survey, really, and you're going to expect to get more than one answer. Okay? And lastly, I want to show you what a statistical question would look like. Okay? So here's an example of a statistical question. In fact, I'm going to give you 2 examples. I'm going to give you an example of a statistical question, and then I'm going to give you an example of a non-statistical question. Non-statistical. Okay. So let me give you an example of a statistical question. That would be like if I surveyed the class and I asked you, class, let me do a different color. Class, what is your favorite color? And so I would expect to get some answers that are the same, but not all answers, okay? A non-statistical question is if I were going to ask maybe just one person, like our principal, Mr. Diaz, how old are you? So I'm just asking one person. That's a big difference. Statistical, you're taking a survey. Whereas non-statistical, you don't have to take a survey. You're just asking one person. That's a big difference. A survey, you're asking several people. You'll have many different answers, and that's a statistical question. But non-statistical, you're only asking one person, so you're going to get one answer. All right? So what I want you guys to do is make sure, again, that you're checking our website. That's important. Look at our word wall. Look at the notes that we have. The notes are very similar to this, but may look a little bit different. And then if you need any extra help, please reach out during my office hours.